when COVID hit, man, I was like,
I was gonna say like,
I was like, man,
because I think everybody was freaking out when it came to businesses. You know what I mean?
So when that was happening, I was sweating like the way I'm sweating right now.
I put this on everything.
Party people,
I love this.
It's your boy
My
Mazi.
My clothes. I thought I told you this is my world, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, party people in the place to be. It's your boy Mazi. Yo.
Yes, sir.
Man, Skrills, what's happening?
Skrills.
Hey, man, we back.
You know what I mean?
Took a little break.
But you know what I mean? We back in full effect.
Yes, sir.
And got a live audience in here, you know what I mean? First off, wifey, hi.
Oh.
She in the back, cooling. Kyle, what's happening? King Kali.
What's up, right there?
Young legend in the making, Chris Waters is in here.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? My man, I already forgot. Is it Jimmy?
Jimmy boy.
Jimmy boy. And then to the right of me. All right, Skrills. You might need to help me with this one.
I mean,
Because you talking about one of the heavy hitting entrepreneurs in the city that, you know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? That's really out here, not only giving to the community, but with some good food from what I hear as well.
Absolutely.
When you talk about, you know, Hoffman Steakhouse. That's wonderful.
I appreciate the love, man. Y'all really good, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jose Hoffman's in the house. What's happening?
If you ain't first, you last. The only thing I ever chase is a bag. I promise, baby, I ain't going outside. You want my attention, the bitch is a fan. No time for the kiss and the holding your hand. If I really love you, I give you my last. It wasn't enough, but I did what I can.
I'm blessed to be where I'm at, on the east side.
Yeah.
If I were to do it again, I would pick the east side. When COVID hit, man, I was sweating like the way I'm sweating right now. $5,000, $10,000 in food. It's not gonna make me or break me. 40-something years, like we've been blessed with our community. Like, why not get back in, especially in need?
Yeah.
So that's what I did.
Chill.
Hey, I'm blessed and honored to be here with you, brother. I don't do that many podcasts or nothing, but I could have missed this one, so.
No, I appreciate you taking the time out your very, very busy schedule because I know you a busy man and you're on the move and all that. So thank you for pulling up and chopping it up with us, man.
We're here.
You know what I'm saying? So for those who may not know, man, who is Jose Hoffman?
That's a very difficult question to ask me. You know what I mean? The reason is because, man, I'm everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But to make it simple, I say I'm just a hardworking man trying to make it.
Yeah.
You know, very humble. But if you cross the line, I'm gonna put you in your spot too.
For
so,
sure.
You know what I mean? Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
But I'm just out here doing what I got to do. You know what I mean? As a human being, we gotta grow, make it happen. You know what I mean? Especially if you got kids coming up.
Yeah,
you know?
man.
I'm just a human being trying to make it.
From the looks of it and everything you got going on, you're doing pretty well for yourself, man.
Yeah, I'm very blessed. Very blessed. Thank God.
That's dope to see. So let's start from the beginning, man. We were talking off camera, and you came from Chicago.
Man, I tell you what, you were asking me. I thought we were already recording. I was like, all right, well, you know,
I just jumped straight into it, right?
you know. But I tell you what. So I was born in San Antonio.
Okay.
Then when I was like about 9 years old, my mom and my dad separated.
Okay.
So my mother went to Chicago. So I was raised over there with my stepdad, my mom.
Okay.
And then I moved down when I was 18. While I was in Chicago, that's where the hustling started.
Gotcha.
Started working when I was 14 years old, bro.
Dang.
Shoveling snow, cutting grass, construction. So I was in a big enterprise type of business. And, I just kept working out there. So I started falling in love with money.
Right. You start seeing some money in your pocket at that age, you know what I mean? It's addicting.
It was all about just school and work.
Yeah. You know, you ended up moving down here once I'm guessing, graduated high school and all that. And
yeah, so after high school and stuff, I guess I was on a wrong path.
Gotcha.
And my mom made a quick phone call to my dad, and I don't know what to do with them, etc. I wasn't that bad, but my mom, you know what I mean? I was raised in church and stuff, so
Yeah.
she was always very precautious. So,
So you got in one little fight, and your mom got scared and said you're moving with you.
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, basically. Hey,
I had to.
Mazi, I feel like you're a little tight. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Loosen up a little bit. So, yeah, my mom made the phone call. My dad was like, nope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the reason is because I wasn't in his life, you know?
Gotcha.
Those years, even though he would still look for me, I was just in my own zone.
Yeah.
But I was blessed that he gave me the opportunity to come down. My dad was really, really strict, bro. Long story short, he was a big believer. Hey, you better earn it. If not, I'm not gonna leave you nothing.
Right.
So I have a lot of brothers and sisters. You know what I mean? And some of them I don't even know. But he was a big believer about earning stuff. You know?
Right.
So between my 20s and my 30s, if you see me out, I was out. But the next morning, I was up by 9 o'clock in the morning
Getting to
on
it.
the grind.
Yeah.
There was no excuses for my dad.
Yeah.
He was very, very difficult, man.
You mentioned that, you know, you kind of started falling in love with money, right? And you know how they say, like, yo, you shouldn't fall in love with money. Those people who say something like that, they don't, a lot of people who think wrong of them for saying that, it's like they don't know the work ethic that goes into that. From the jump, you kind of were hustling. What would you say was a reason for you wanting to just be on the grind and get money and do all that?
I guess because my teenage years was very difficult for me. You know what I mean? My mom would work, but it's just, I had two brothers, a sister, you know what I mean, from my mom's side. And it's like, my stepdad would work, but it's like, it was very difficult, you know, to provide for them. So me, I wanted to be well dressed. So I started buying my clothes. You know, I seen a little more attention going on at school.
Yeah.
You know, and normal things. You know what I mean? Let's talk about Antibully. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like King Kali, like him doing that is like outstanding because I remember those days, man. Like you get picked on for anything.
Right.
You could have been handsome and you still get picked on.
Right.
You know what I mean? A lot of people say, oh, yeah, money this and money that. Nah. Honestly, money is everything. Without money, you can't do nothing. What could you do?
Yeah.
If you want to stay at home, just chill, then okay. But without money, you can't take your family out.
Right.
You can't go on vacations. You can't drive in a nice car. Like, what could you do without money? Go to the park?
Yeah, nah, because even you got to pay for parking nowadays. You know what I mean?
Unless you want to walk.
You're right, and then you're just trying to walk. But other than that, yeah, nah, man. Right. Yeah, you can't really do things these days without it.
Yeah, because a previous guest we had, shout out to Kai Phoenix.
Yeah.
He mentioned money. He looks at money, I should say, like a tool, and you're kind of describing it in that way too.
I think that's the right word to use. It's a tool.
He said you love making money.
Yeah. You know what? It's a little bit more. Like, I like to accomplish things. I'm a creator, and I like to accomplish things. So I'm a person, I won't quit. You know what I mean? If I do a fuck up, sorry if I said a...
No, go ahead.
You know what I mean? If I do a fuck up, I'm going to, hey, try again. But I'm going to accomplish what I want. You know, I'm a strong believer on working your ass off, making money, and being a creator.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's more than just money. But money, like you said, is a tool.
It opens a lot of doors. I mean, not only with, you know, networking and knowing people, because, I mean, of course, there's that saying, you know, sometimes not what you know is who you know, but money does play
A big factor.
Now, you're absolutely right. So what made you want to, you know, invest and create those businesses that you are a part of now?
So
let's get into that mindset, because of course people want to start businesses. I think that's everybody's thing. Everybody kind of, you know, every now and then like, yo, I think if we start this business, let's do A, B, or C. But what could possibly have that mindset to be like, this is a guaranteed moneymaker? Because you know some people come up with great ideas, and trying to execute them is the hardest part. Then when they do execute it, now it's like, is this the right product?
So yeah, you might have the right idea. You might be the smartest person in the room. But if you're not a hustler, you ain't going to get nowhere. And the reason I say that is I might not be the smartest person in the room. I might not be. But I sure do hustle. You know, the people that really know me since I was like 20 years old,
Yeah.
they could vouch for me. There's plenty of people in the city that could really say like, damn, I seen them like bust his ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But put it in priority. My priority in my life is my business. When my business is going, you know, like for instance, a restaurant, if something's up, like I want to know right there and then. You know, they could call me, I'll answer the phone. You know?
Yeah.
Let's say if there's a water leak, for example, or let's say someone had a bad experience. I want to know. Let's fix it right there and then. You know? So my priority is my business. They call me, I'm on it. I don't wait till tomorrow the following day.
Yeah.
You know, I could be out in a vacation. I'll answer the phone. Hey, let's get on it. You know, why? Because that's what paid my vacation.
Exactly.
You know, I wouldn't be on vacation if I didn't give that type of service. So to answer your question, again, you don't have to be like the smartest guy. You don't have to have a big old plan. It's just being, your work ethic will get you there.
Gotcha. And that's, you know what I mean? Like you were saying, you got to hustle to do it and in order to execute that. And if that means, you know, sleeping less hours to get it done.
Man, talking about sleeping, like sometimes I don't even sleep because my brain, I can't shut it off. Like I can't turn the brain off.
You're talking to two people here whose brains go,
you know, and
always.
that's normal. Well, it's not normal, but I'm saying it's normal to people that want to accomplish or you know,
For
be
sure.
someone and keep elevating.
Yeah.
And you never stop learning. If I'm around people, I watch and learn.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's a mediocre person. I don't judge people like by the way they dress, how they talk, because that one person might be low key as hell. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly.
So I'm always open to learning. You know what I mean? That's another pointer that I would say, like, you got to be open to learning.
Yeah.
You know, be like a sponge all times. You know, I don't know it all, but I'm going to know it all type of shit. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
for sure. Absolutely.
You're describing being successful in, you know, like one thing, right? And you then kind of took it upon yourself to expand, right? What were some of the things that initially you thought of as far as like why you wanted to expand or why you wanted to? Because like you said, you earned everything. If I'm not mistaken, your father started the Hoffman, right? Hoffman Steakhouse.
TIPICO,
excuse me. So, but you had to earn your way in to being able to take the reins and whatnot.
Right.
But most people would get that and be cool with it, right? Like, I'm good. I earned it from my pops, whatever. But you then kind of went about expanding into other businesses that weren't necessarily your father's, right? What made you do that exactly?
Really, like, this has always been in my head. My father came from Mexico at an early age, 13 years old. At the age of 13, 14, he started working. At the age of 27, he already had his first restaurant. When he was 15,
Wow.
He already had 2 kids. My father was half deaf, so he would hear with hearing aids. So that's always been like in my head, like, if a man had it very difficult in his time, not being able to hear,
Yeah.
you know, you don't have all the 5 senses,
Right.
and you make it, I don't have no other option but making it. There's no excuse to it.
Yeah.
And I've always held myself accountable to that. You know, I gotta make it and multiply it. If not, I'm not worth shit. And I'm sorry I'm saying it that way, but that's exactly how it plays a role in my head. So I'm not satisfied just to, okay, I earned it, let me just take care of it and pass it on to my son. No, I need to multiply it. I'm not gonna live forever, so I'm like, time is ticking. So that being said, that's why I'm like back to back, like trying to do multiple things. And I'm on the grind, you know, because when I'm 50, 55, whatever, like I want to, you know, just chill a little bit, slow down, because I already earned it.
For sure.
And again, you know, that row again, we're talking about earning. I'm blessed, okay? I have money. But if I don't earn, something, like if I don't earn a Rolex, I'm not gonna buy it for myself. That's one way. That was a thing that my dad taught me. Yeah, I could buy 10 watches of these. What do you get out of it? So you gotta keep yourself accountable.
That's dope.
Absolutely.
Man,
That's a good outlook. Yeah.
that is a great outlook. Very great outlook. I mean,
And I'm gonna keep on going.
go for it.
People say, hey, why so many diamonds on a watch? Why a watch? Me, honestly, I don't wear watches. I don't wear jewelry throughout the whole week. But every time I see the watch, every time I see what time it is, you know what time it is. Grind time.
Yeah.
So every time I see the watch, let's go. Let's hustle. You know what I mean? That's why I have a Rolex. That's why I have an expensive watch. I have several of them, actually. But I got to earn it. And then every time I look at it, I know it's go time. So it's like a motivator. It's something that triggers me.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a repeating kind of like earn by, and it's just a circulating kind of thing to keep it going.
Correct.
Yeah, looking at that watch, you know what I mean? You like, all right, cool. This is what I got from what hustling did. You know what I'm saying? Me hustling, I got this. And if I want more of this and everything else, then I need to keep going.
Correct. Low key, who put that in play in my head was my dad.
Your dad.
When I moved down here at 18, he gave me a Rolex here. You know, I'll go presidential, diamond bezel.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, okay, cool. I had not earned it. And then my dad would tell me, hey, you know why I got you that watch? To motivate you. And that's why I come back to every time I see my watch, I get motivated.
Yeah.
So that was probably like the only thing that my dad didn't give me that I did not earn. Everything else is like, oh, you better earn it.
But I also think that kind of put the motion for you to go get it.
It set the tone, like big tone.
Yeah. He set the bar.
Set the fire.
Yeah.
Like, ain't nothing going to shut that fire off.
For sure.
I tell you what, a lot of people don't know this. 2016, we suffered a fire. Go look it up, newspaper and everything.
Are you talking about the fire at
El
El
Típico.
Típico? Yes, I remember that.
Done. But at the time, there was things that were going on that we made some bad decisions,
Gotcha.
business decisions. And it set us back. I was blessed at the time that, we were trying to get a loan, through a bank or something because, my father had already paid all the properties, that property right there.
Right.
And the bank didn't want to lend us money because it was burned down.
Wow.
Not burned down, but everything inside was burned down.
Right.
More details of the fire, that's what led the turn down from the banks. Like, well, let's keep on shopping. You know what I mean? What else could we do? So what I did is we started serving Mexican food next door at Hoffmans, which was called Beef and Bourbon at the time.
I remember that.
I do. Yeah.
Okay, so we had to make changes. So that's what we did. We started serving Mexican food over there, and we used a fiesta room and the main dining room at Hoffman's.
Yeah.
So a couple months later, then we got a loan. I did the whole build out at El Típico. My father was getting sick. Throughout the build out, my father passed away.
Yeah.
I kept on, building the restaurant. But I think my dad setting the tone, you know what I mean, as far as that fire, that's what got me through that fire situation. You know what I mean? Because I had to fight that. I'm like, how am I going to do this?
Right.
So I'm glad that my dad was very difficult because I was able to go A through Z, the whole 9 yards with the build up.
Yeah.
Him not being there. And then COVID hit.
Right.
So I've been back to back, dealing with different scenarios.
Yeah.
And look, I'm still here.
Yeah.
And I'm better than ever. With all due respect and with all the humble, being humble.
Sure.
I feel invincible. I feel like ain't no one could stop me.
As you should.
And that's why right now I'm on grind. I'm getting my portfolio very, very well. I'm blessed. But it's just that drive and that spark that my dad gave me.
So your dad sounds like a very prominent figure for who you are as a man today.
Yes.
That big
very,
driving
very
force.
blessed.
When COVID happened and you took it upon yourself with the community to serve the food out of El Típico for, you know, the people in the community. I thought, which was super huge. That was big.
So, man, it's another amazing story. Like, when COVID hit, man, I was
gonna say, like,
I was like, man,
because I think everybody was freaking out when it came to businesses.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But I mean, and I appreciate you sharing that story because, like, obviously not a lot of people know it. But to put it in perspective, man, you just went through some stuff that not a lot of people bounce back from. And then to be hit again with some shit that brought the world to a stop, literally. And I remember seeing the videos, I think we both did, of you just still thriving, bro, like trying to make it happen, make the best of it, is what I see you spin a lot, is just...
So when that was happening, I was sweating like the way I'm sweating right now. Man, when COVID hit, bro, I was like, you know what? $5,000, $10,000 in food. It's not gonna make me or break me. 40-something years, like, we've been blessed with our community. Like, why not get back, and especially in need?
Yeah.
So that's what I did. And I was only gonna do it 1 week. Bam, we did it 1 week. I don't know how or what, or I don't even remember how I promoted it. I didn't even have the news behind it. You know what I mean? But I'm saying the whole Rigsby was like, I had constables and everything. I was like, you know what, man? They were telling me, you know what? The next one you're gonna do, we're gonna do it down Tucker Drive. You know what I mean? Instead of blocking the whole Rigsby, because it was.
Now y'all shut the strip down.
Oh,
y'all shut it down.
Yeah, it was down, like, for real. So we did it 4 weeks in a row. It made me feel good, bro.
Yeah.
It made me feel good.
I can imagine.
Honestly, like, going through everything that we were going through and stuff like that, it made me feel good. I was like, you know what? Because I seen so many smiles and happy faces. I'm like, man, God is good. You know what I mean? I've never been like a stingy person. I've always been like, hey, give back. You know, I think if you give without thinking about receiving, you're gonna be blessed. You know what I mean? I'm a true believer about that. And guess what? I got blessed. 2 weeks later, I had an idea, and I tell my cousin, I'm like, you know what? Let's do something for Fiesta. Fiesta's canceled and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, because labor, not the labor department, but the health department might come and check your foods, blah, blah, blah. I said, nah, we have everything, you know, but we know what to do.
Sure.
This was already Wednesday.
Yeah.
We're going to open up on Thursday. So I'm like, hey, I already did all the damage.
Right.
You know, low key, like, everyone's like, oh, excited about it, that they were going to come out, blah, blah. Yeah. So what I did, I changed it to Hoffman's Fiesta. You know what I mean? Like, in other words, they were like, oh, like, it was like if it was the same thing.
Gotcha.
Especially having so many likes and so many comments, so many things. Man, Thursday we got hit up. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I was like, man, like, God is good, bro. Like,
for sure.
When we needed it, like, God blessed us. And then we did the Cinco de Mayo, which was Hoffman de Mayo. That's when the news, like, look for me, hey, let's put it on the news, blah, blah, blah. Elder Eats came out.
That's hard.
And then from there, I was like, you know what? Just little strategies that I did. They closed all the bars and clubs.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Right, I remember that, right.
When that happened, I'm like, well, let's open up as a bar. You know what I mean? I have the license. Why not?
Why not?
Every day, boom, boom, boom. We were open during the day as a restaurant. And then at night, we were open as a bar.
Yeah.
Then I got Tony Cervantes. Shout out to him.
Shout out.
He came in clutch. He didn't like me, but it's all good. Now he loved me.
Look what business does, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Nah, that's my guy. But
sure.
Yeah, he came in clutch. Man, amazing guy. Great guy. So yeah, man, we were open every night as a bar.
Wow.
Then I had so many haters. I had cops coming every single day, bro, just checking about COVID, about the distancing, and all kinds of stuff. I'm like,
just looking for a reason to shut it down.
So yeah, even the news came out after like a month, 2 months. I ended up in jail.
What?
Yeah, just because I didn't want to sign some tickets.
Wow.
Some BS, whatever.
Yeah.
So I got locked up. I told Tony, I was like, you know what? Take a picture and post that on Facebook. Oh, shit went berserk. It went crazy. Everyone was like, you know what? F the police. And I'm like, man, it's not that serious. But yeah, that's how they were.
Nah, listen, when you do stuff for the people like that, you become the people's champion. People are going to rock with you and they by your side. You know what I mean?
Again, I got blessed from giving to the community. I did what I had to do, like different, things going on.
Yeah.
But I was able to survive. That's all I was trying to do, just survive the wave, and now we're here.
Like that.
That's hard. So obviously you're a car enthusiast if you go look on your IG. So I have to ask, man, is there, when it comes to bucket list cars that you may want, has there been a car that you haven't had that you have your eyes on?
Yeah, I love cars.
I mean,
bro.
listen, you look at the IG, of course you see it all. You see the Bentleys, the Lamborghini Aventadors, and all that.
I'm gonna be quite honest with you.
Talk to me.
There's a few drugs I love. One of them is cars.
That's a pretty strong vice.
Second is jewelry.
Okay.
And third is women. So I don't think we see nothing wrong with that, right?
I mean, I'm
I'm
rolling
just a
with you.
man.
I'm rolling
Just a
with you.
man.
I'm re-rolling. I think
you
everybody
think,
that's
Kyle?
watching.
Those are the only 3 drugs.
Oh yeah.
Oh, for me, not for you. Right? That was a good one, bro. You're a smart man. Yeah, a smart man. But yeah, bro, those are the 3 drugs that I call it drugs because you spend money on them.
The car, and obviously, going into the car business, you know what I mean? It makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. But I tell you, all my expensive cars, I don't buy them under my car lot. I actually buy them under my name. So basically, if I bought a car, it's because I earned it.
Gotcha.
The Rolls Royce Cullinan. That's the one that's probably gonna be it. Well, it's in my bucket list, but I'm saying like
That's gonna be the one.
yeah, that's gonna be the one. But I think probably like in a year or two, I'm waiting to see if they're gonna come out with the newer model type of. That's why I haven't bought it yet.
Nah, because I mean, just, when it comes to motivating the people, you see that on the IG, and I'm like,
No, but
he's going crazy here.
But let me tell you though, I'm gonna tell you. You know where I live?
No,
I live on the southeast side. I've been living there for the past 23 years.
so that makes sense then why the restaurants and the properties are on that side of town. So I'm just making sure, when it came to those properties, I was going to ask you that too. Is there a certain tie that you have to that particular side of town? And now it makes sense.
Yeah, that's my hood. Everyone knows me over there.
Yeah.
Everyone. I could live anywhere in the city, and I choose and I pick to live in that area because call it the east side, call it all this and that. But guess what, man? Like I'm blessed to be where I'm at on the east side.
Yeah.
If I were to do it again, I would pick the east side.
So
I just opened up in city base. El Typico. So that being said, I opened up in January.
Yeah.
We haven't done a grand opening to see, but man, it's beautiful. Like it's doing outstanding. We'll probably do it next month or something, a grand opening over there.
Well, let us know so that way we can pull up.
Yeah, for sure. But
Bring bank and we can do a Zarnot episode. You know what I mean?
but I tell you what, like I said, the east side, man, there's so much money out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
FYI, hey, if you're trying to do some type of business, where.
I think it's funny you say that because I feel like a lot of people, you got Southtown, huge influx of businesses going up there. Obviously, Stone Oak has always been growing, still growing, but not a lot of people go to the west side, the south side, the southeast in your case. And I just think if you're not from there, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? But if you're from there and you're resourceful and you got the means, that only makes sense.
Right.
Because one thing I think you know that you're doing this is you're building up that community. And city base is growing too. Obviously you've seen it, man. There's a lot of spots out there that are popping up that are chain restaurants. Mm-hmm. So it's dope to see that you got a local powerhouse there. You know what I mean?
Let me ask y'all a question.
What's
so,
up?
for instance, like what you're saying, you know what I mean? There's a lot of restaurants in city base. Mm-hmm. Let's say, would you go open up a restaurant there? If you know what I mean? The reason I ask is like a lot of people think in the restaurant business, being around other restaurants that are very successful is actually like you're competing with them. In a way, you are competing, but in a way, it's like you're not.
You're because, like, for example, I'm very familiar with the area you're talking about, and like, for example, recently there's been a BJ's and a Cheddar's that popped up on both sides of the street, and these are chain restaurants, right? But to your point, El Típico don't serve that food.
Exactly.
So I see what you're saying, where you're competing for that dollar, but you're not really competing because if someone wants El Típico food, they're not going to get it at BJ.
Exactly. And they're not going to get it at Cheddar's.
Right.
Exactly. So a lot of people are like, For instance, like there's the pollos asados.
Yeah.
Chicken is fire. I don't have great chicken.
Yeah.
But when they were like, they had just started there, everyone was like, "Oh, are you scared that the chicken place, or are they gonna take your business?" Like, no, it's just we're two different like type of. It is Mexican, but it's different type of food.
Exactly.
Yeah, different
You
flavors.
know, so them being there actually helped me.
Right.
You know, to a certain extent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I asked that question, because I'm like,
Yeah, I think to answer your question, I feel like me personally, I would be, because I don't have the confidence. Obviously, it's not like you got the confidence in your product.
Yeah, that's what it is. When you have a product,
Right. And I think
the confidence is there.
at the end of the day, if you know that your product is to your point, like can stand next to these chains, these chain restaurants, but rather like you understand the fact that sometimes someone's gonna want my kind of food.
Right.
And as long as I'm here, they're gonna come here. You know what I mean? But not a lot of people have that sense of patience, you know what I'm saying? Or have that understanding. Do you normally take that approach for all your businesses?
don't get me wrong, I go to different restaurants, and the first thing I'm just looking around, observing. You know, I go to Vegas very often. You know, I usually would go like once a month, and I would just going around and just learning and looking at, you know, different restaurants, different environments.
Yeah, studying.
Clubs, bars, studying.
Yeah.
You know? But at the same time, I just look elsewhere to learn. And I guess that's where we go again, like when I told you, like, you never stop learning, bro. Like, it's very important to just focus on your stuff, your product. You know what I mean? On your own self. Don't look elsewhere. Don't try to compare yourself with other people.
No, you're absolutely right. Yeah, for sure.
And it could be like in a person, it could be in business, it could be in any matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, for sure. It's crazy how much City Base has grown, man. 'Cause
Yeah.
like you blink and there's something else pops up. You know what I mean?
And I tell you what, the east side right there off of Rigsby is
Oh yeah.
it's coming.
No, that's the strip is already crazy in itself. And I
that
can't
whole
even-
that whole like what is it, South Cross, WWI area.
Yeah.
Oh, it's coming.
Yeah.
They're building more houses, and they're gonna keep on building more houses. You know, they're gonna get more sewer lines over there. It's
Yeah, it's gonna expand.
it's coming.
I was gonna say it's gonna expand. So I'm guessing that means you're about to expand too, huh?
I'm good there. You know what I mean? I'm good there.
No, I mean, but knowing you, I know you got some stuff up your sleeve, or maybe more companies or businesses that you want to invest on that side of town. Because I mean, it's always great to invest where you're from.
So
You know what I mean?
So for example, if I may, like
Go for it.
you're associated. Do you own 42? Or,
Yeah, so I do own 42. Yes.
Okay, so and that's in Stone Oak.
Yes, that's in Stone Oak.
I
Tony's
didn't-
my partner.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, so shout out to Davies, Cameron, because he,
Yeah.
you know, he a lot that with the Viva La Bra that just happened this past weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, a few weeks ago now, right? But I say all that to say that, like, on our side of town, the southeast side of town, you don't have that level of venue. Like the other day, we were talking with Play, and Play said that there is no like real good venues to be able to bring
A big name act.
a big name act either to perform or, in how he explained it, be able to do a run through where it's just kind of like they don't perform. It's cheaper as them just kind of coming,
Just
and
doing a
popping
walkthrough.
some bottles and shit, and
Right.
doing all that. But do you like anticipate the southeast side being able to start getting venues like that in the future, either by your hand or you being associated by it?
Well, I'll tell you what. Shout out to Cameron.
Okay.
You know, that's my guy. Like,
Yeah.
hey,
What up, Cam?
whatever I could do to, it just, man. We'll go on that topic real quick. But
Yeah.
as far as Cameron, man, he's doing phenomenal stuff in the city, like keeping everything
Yes.
going. Like, salute to him, man.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So to answer your question, I haven't even thought about that as far as venues or clubs or that type of, maybe a bar or something. But as far as like a club or something like that, in that side of town, I think San Antonio is really delayed in the nightlife industry. I'm not talking shit. Don't get me wrong.
No, I no, that's actually
It
that's
just-
an interesting take.
like you said, I don't think it's a bad thing. I just
Nah.
I think it's a fact. Like no one comes really to San Antonio to party. You know what I'm saying? Like
Correct.
they come to eat. You know what I'm saying?
Where the food spots at?
Facts. Like
Yeah.
like that's a given for sure. Like they come here to eat, but don't necessarily come to like have a nightlife per se.
Right.
Not to say we don't have anything, but it's not like Austin. It's not like Houston. you know?
Exactly. Or
It's
Dallas.
not. We're really delayed. several years, not one or two, several years. But again, it's always about catering to people what they like and what they want and what's in the city.
Yeah.
Sometimes you want to bring something that's in Houston or Miami, Las Vegas, LA, whatever. It might, if it's too new, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. And the reason I say that is I'm not trying to talk shit about the city or nothing. It's
Sure.
just they're not. Back in, let's say, 05, 2010, like people would get dressed up to go out. People don't get dressed up no more to go out at all. Like, you don't see them in a collared shirt anymore.
Yeah, you talking
Back
about Andro
then?
days.
Yeah. Yeah. For real.
Yeah.
Nah, I remember. Yeah.
You know, so it's like people want to get in with shorts.
Yeah.
Even my lifestyle, shit, I've changed a little bit because I used to always like be dressed up. Nah, during the week I'm working. I'm sometimes in shorts, sweatpants, or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
because I like to work,
Yeah.
get engaged with my people and stuff.
Hands on.
Yeah, but yeah, man, San Antonio is delayed, bro.
I think that's just us as a city in general. I think we're just so laid back.
And then everyone's like, man, San Antonio doesn't have nothing to do. It's our fault. You know what I mean? Because sometimes they bring good stuff out here and we don't go to it.
Right.
You know, there's several bars downtown. You know, people don't go to it. Guess what? Then they close up.
Right.
You know, all that fancy stuff. It just people are not into it. Other cities, man, they're booming. Houston, Austin,
Yeah.
they cater to everybody.
Austin going crazy right now.
Yeah, but I think I mean this is just my perspective, but I think Austin has a lot of transplants, right? A lot of people in California being influxed into it, where they're bringing that kind of environment with them, right? Like obviously enough people, like you said, enough people ask for it, and enough people go to it, it'll be there. And you're right. I don't think a lot of people. We're all like native. Most people here are native San Antonio. I know a lot of artists and stuff that's come by here have said that it's like a melting pot, and it is.
Yeah.
But the majority of the people here are born and raised. You know what I'm saying? And you're right. Like they don't necessarily. If something of like a Houston or Austin level of nightlife, if you will, is here, yeah, they may not go to it because they're so used to the strip, right? Or they're so used to whatever it is that they go to. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's just putting that in perspective, just that conversation alone, it just really opens my eyes to how comfortable we are as a city in general.
And I like the service, the restaurant and bar industry, but it's just like I have so many ideas, but they wouldn't work here.
Gotcha.
I was gonna say, you thought about expanding outside the city, or were you just focused on keeping the money inside the city?
So I want to stay in San Antonio. So
Sure.
what I'm really, really giving a good thought, and which I'm probably do starting probably next month, go deeper in the real estate business. Because I have so many ideas as far as like restaurant, bar industry and stuff like that, but it can't be here.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't want to go elsewhere.
Gotcha.
So I want to start building multifamily duplexes, stuff like that. So
Nice.
or getting into the improvement side of the real estate, developing.
Yeah.
So that's probably going to be my next venture.
That's actually interesting, like especially seeing like the other day, just scrolling through YouTube, and they were talking about real estate, people buying homes and things like that, and people were like, why don't you invest your money into whether it be apartment complexes or duplexes, townhomes? There's more money to be made from that than just one house. And I was like, damn, that's actually kind of interesting.
Real estate. That's where the money is.
Yeah. I know. And I have a good friend. I don't know if he's watching. Shout out Mr. Johnson. What's happening? He's been in the real estate game for a minute.
But the cool thing is sometimes you don't even need money to do it. I don't want to speak so much about it because I don't know it 100%. But that's what I've been working on probably the past 6 months.
Yeah.
Been doing my homework. I guess once I start that and we get my feet wet and I'm rolling, then we could talk about
Come
that.
back and talk about it.
Yeah.
Like I said, with your success stories with the restaurants and the restaurant business and, investing your money in the city to now investing it more in real estate, I think that's another chapter to the book. And with that being said, I know we talked about your father earlier. I hate even going back because I know we escaped from that. But it seems like with you in carrying your father's legacy, I feel like you're also creating your legacy at the same time. Like, would you agree with that?
I totally agree with that. Not to take nothing away from my dad, because he did
Absolutely
an
not.
outstanding job.
Absolutely.
Not only creating, building, but also raising me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean, to the man that I am right now. So I want to tell him I love him and I miss him.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
My question on, I mean, because man, like I'm glad you came through, man.
Yes.
Because what we see is the cars and but it's IG, it's IG. You know what I'm saying? Those
Yeah.
that you having a good time. But to your point though, like my question, I guess my last question for you, or I got two, but this is my second to last is, how do you balance this shit, man? Because
Dog.
you have multiple businesses. You go out and you have fun based off of what you do and earn and all that. But like you also have a family.
Yes.
So like, how do you find the balance to be able to not take away from time from the family, time from the business, etc.?
You know what? I'm definitely still working on it. I think that's the hardest part of my life, to balance everything, because I'm very bad with that. But at the same time, I could say is I was raised to be a businessman. I was raised to be on my own at all times. I'm blessed with a handsome, beautiful son, Liam. And little by little, I'm engaging even more and more when I have him. Don't get me wrong, I've always been engaged, but
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say is like even more like when I have him, it's his time type of stuff.
Yeah.
You know what
Everything else in the back burner.
I mean? Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's something that it's very, very difficult to me. I can't have what I have being a family man. My son is not gonna have what he's gonna have me being a family man.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to juggle that. You know what I mean? I'm working really, really hard on it, but I don't think I'll ever perfect it.
Yeah.
I just don't believe. I was a strong believer in perfection, but I'm a strong believer now that there's no perfection in nothing. You can't look at someone's life and say it's perfect. You look at IG, you see all the diamonds, you see all the cars, you see all the businesses, you see all the money, you see everything, but sometimes you don't see the real me. And the real me is that I have battles to fight. You know what I mean? We all have a little dark side. Again, being a family man, I might not be the best dad, but I'm definitely working on it.
For sure. And I'm sure Liam, he's gonna see this all one day when it's your turn to pass it down to him. He may not understand it now, but he's gonna understand, like, my dad works hard to, for me to have what I have and what we have as a family. My daughter, she's 15 going on 16. And she, I still to this day battle the balance of trying to be like, hey, I'm doing this, and she understands. But in my mind, even as a kid growing up, my parents had to work and do all that. When I wish they'd have, I had those times, but I understand now. You know what I mean? Hopefully she understands that too.
My son he's going to understand.
Yeah.
The way I understood my dad, because I think I'm living the same thing as what my dad was.
Sure.
But I'll tell you what, like whenever I have them, I'm teaching them the business side. It's crazy because by not even thinking, I'm teaching them.
Right.
But I God's good, bro. God's good. I think as long as you mean well, you strive to be the best you can as an individual, you're good.
Yeah.
You don't have to be perfect.
That's dope. Yeah. That's dope. Man, this is actually an incredible episode. I'm glad you came out here and told your story. And I know you're just getting started. And This is interesting, man. And once again, out of your very busy schedule, I mean, people that's watching or listening, they know what's going on with you, man. And we appreciate you. Thank you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. And it's been a blessing being here. And keep doing what you're doing, brother.
Thank you. Thank you. And I mean, Skrills, I don't know if you got any.
To piggyback off of Mazi's point, man, thank you for coming through.
Yes.
We're definitely looking forward to you coming through, man. We tried for a while. Obviously, we finally made it happen.
Yeah.
So thank you. And man, it's inspiring, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, I only knew of you from what I saw on IG and the very few times I think I seen you out and about when we were out and about. But man, like, it's dope to get a perspective that I didn't, that no one really knew.
Like I said, everything in IG is just, motivation, inspirational stuff. That's all I do it for.
Yeah.
Not for the fame, not for anything. Like, all the glory goes to God.
Absolutely.
I'm very blessed, very honored. We all go through stuff, but you got to just stay focused on going forward. I'm a very, very positive person, bro. I could be going through shit and everything, but I'm going to stay positive. My advice to everybody, if you're going through something, think about something that makes you happy.
Word.
Whatever it is going to just change your way of being. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I appreciate being here. And again, it's all positive vibes. I just do it to motivate people.
Yeah.
Everything else comes and goes.
So with that being said, man, you want to give your address to your spots, and word on the street is you have the best burgers out here.
You know what? And the best margaritas.
All right.
Money back guaranteed. You know what I mean? I laid off the pedal a little bit. You know what I mean? As far as my advertising and stuff. But yeah. I do got the best burgers in San Antonio.
I got to pull up and try them.
You know what I mean? At Hoffman Steakhouse.
Yeah.
If you want to catch me, make sure you DM me at Hoffman Official.
Okay.
Send me a message. I'll treat you out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As long as you come out with Mazi.
You heard him.
Talk to him.
Nah, I definitely got to pull up one day and try the burgers, man. I don't know if you heard, but I'm very picky. I like my
Come
burgers.
through.
I like my burgers plain and dry. But
It'll be good.
it'll be good.
I'm getting it loaded.
Hey, the burgers of me it don't come packaged, bro.
Okay.
This ain't no McDonald's, no
Talk to 'em.
Burger King. Or,
Nah.
Nah. This is like real beef, bro.
Yeah.
100% beef.
Talk to him.
You know what I mean? We butcher our own meat.
Okay.
All our T-bones, our ribeyes, our sirloins. You know what I mean? It's all butchered at Hoffman Steakhouse. It's been done since 1977.
It's different. That's different. Not many people could say that.
The same
You know what
steak
I mean?
you used to get in 1990, you still get it 2023.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Processed, whatever you want to call it, in-house.
Yeah.
And at El Típico, ain't no one fuck with my enchiladas. I'm telling you that.
I was about to ask.
I'm sorry, bro.
I was about to give me the plate that
Yeah.
I got to pull up and
Number
ask
two.
for.
Number two. 2 enchiladas, rice and beans, puffy taco.
Yeah.
Game over.
Shut it down.
And we're not even including the margarita.
Yeah.
Because I do have the best margaritas in San Antonio.
Yeah. Let it be
Money
known.
money back guaranteed. You know what I mean? So if you don't like it,
Yeah.
I'll give you your money back.
For sure.
Was that a deal?
That's a deal. I mean, I usually don't drink, but I'll drink then.
Deal.
If I pull up, I'm in there now. I gotta try one.
Yeah,
Bro.
I'm
For real.
Nah, we there.
And you
in
can
there.
take it to go.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we in there.
No,
We
I'm
in there.
being
We
serious.
We pulling
You
up.
can take it to go.
Word. Okay.
For sure. We pulling up. And where is it located at for the people who may not know and they want to pull up on you and check them out?
The best side of San Antonio. The
Yes,
east
sir.
side.
Yeah.
4930 Rigsby
Yeah.
Avenue. And then 4946 Avenue. 4946 Rigsby Avenue is Hoffman Steakhouse.
Can't miss them. Right
Can't
next to
miss
each
'em.
other.
And I tell you what, right in the middle, we have a big old banquet room. So if you need a room, we cater to anything. Birthdays.
Keen says all that.
Yeah. Quinceañeras, birthdays, weddings, anniversaries, divorces. Bro, whatever party you want, we call it, bro. We like,
Yeah.
hey, just let me handle it. I got you.
For sure. I heard him, man.
And then 5014, we have Hoffman Motors.
If you need you a car, right?
Yeah, I still have my dealer license. I lease it out right now, but I could get you any car right now. Okay, I'm leasing out the car lot.
Okay.
You know, I did that. It was a big move I did during COVID. I leased it out. That way I wouldn't have that responsibility and I could focus on the restaurant side.
Yeah.
And again, real quick, I know
Go
we're
for it.
already pressing on
Yeah,
time.
no,
but
for
I-
sure,
no,
for
you
sure.
good.
You good.
I'm gonna give you another advice.
Yes.
Everyone says that you need to have 7 streams?
7 streams of income.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
How many we need?
How many we need?
Just one. Just focus on one. Everyone try to do 7 streams of income and this and blah blah blah. Bro, if you can't get one going, what makes you think you can handle 7? Just like the news, the media lies to you. Everyone lies to you. All these rich people lie to you. That 7 sources of income, that's bullshit.
What if some people is like, yo, man, if this fails, I got this.
You're right, though. People say that. Oh, if this fails, this fails. This makes it. Nah, you're already doubting yourself. And the reason I say, because I had the restaurants going, I had the car lot going, I had real estate going, I had a lot of things going on. I have an idea to do something at the restaurant, and then if I'm thinking about the car lot, so I can't be thinking about that. Then I start thinking about that. I forget about this idea.
Exactly.
So I guess maybe it's just me. That's just me. I've always thought about like, having so many businesses, but when I'm like smaller, not smaller, but more like focused on one profession, like which is just the restaurants right now, I could focus on, because there's so many departments in a restaurant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It could be your labor, it could be your food costs, it could be, the bills that you have to pay, your taxes, your property taxes, your sales taxes, you know what I mean? And you go on and you go on. So now that I'm doing that, I see more money than I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Then ideas just come, and it's like, man, I'm like, and I'm only operating 3 restaurants right now.
Only 3.
Only 3. Yeah, you're only 3.
Yeah. Well, I say only 3 because it's like, to y'all I might say like, oh shit, you know what I mean, 3 restaurants, but to me it's like I say only 3 because I wish I could operate 5 or 7 of them at the same time, but again, it's very difficult. I would need a twin brother like me. You know what I mean?
And I was about to ask, man, like, obviously it sounds like you're doing this mostly on your own. Do you have a team? Do you anticipate needing a team at some point? Someone that you can confide in to help you?
You know, the way I think and the way I was raised and the way I learned, no one's going to do it better than you.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So that being said, I'm very, very picky. I do have my cousin that's been helping me for a while. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He's at City Base. I made him part owner of the restaurant. You know what I mean? So, he's doing a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
Now since I moved him over there, now I got my brother, Orlando Hoffman. Shout out to him.
All right.
You know what I mean? That's my brother, and very proud of him. Very proud of him because he finally got the mojo, or he has something up his ass that is just like, man, he's kind of freaking me out, but in a good way. Like, he's amazing me. You know what I mean? And I'm very proud of him. Shout out to him again, man.
One more time.
He's doing a phenomenal job at the restaurant that I feel like, man, I'm ready for another one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we are seeking elsewhere to, operate another El Típico. We are doing franchises. You know what I mean? If you got money and you want to buy a franchise, we're open to that. Team-wise, that's my only team right there.
Family.
Yeah.
The only other question I have, man, is that you getting real heavily involved with the music scene. I see you out here. We see you out here.
We see you, man. Seen you at the AJ Hearn show, and seeing you now with Chris Waters here.
I know you just said you don't have the bandwidth to, or at the moment don't have the bandwidth for a lot of businesses, but like Hoffman Records or what's up?
Hoffman Records sounds kind
When's
of
it
nice.
coming?
I ain't gonna hold you, man. It got a nice little ring to it. You know what I mean? You got to look on this face like,
It's called Forever Stacking.
Oh, excuse me. Forever. All right.
Let it be
better.
known. Forever
Let's go.
Stacking. All right.
Chris Waters, first one.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it real quick, man.
Okay? A few minutes, 2-3 minutes.
run
Let's do it. Let's talk about it.
So I tell you what, I love music.
Yeah,
Love music with passion. I can't do it all. You know what I mean?
for sure.
I definitely can't rap.
You tried?
I can't even try, bro. Bro, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. I do know how to play the drums. I was
Okay.
I know percussion.
Okay.
So yeah, I was decent. I won't say I was so good because I don't want to sound cocky, even though I am at times. You know what I mean?
For sure.
But anyways, yeah. So I love music.
Okay.
I wish I could rap, or I wish I could sing, but I can't. So as far as the music industry, it's just I think it's another source of escape.
Yeah.
You know, mentally, it's a therapy too. You know, years back, Rich Greedy,
Yeah.
I tied myself with them. I was backing them up. You know what I mean? And I know he don't talk that much about what's happened in the previous years and stuff. That's how I met Brismo,
Okay.
Chris Waters.
Yeah.
He's independent right now, but if we come to an agreement, you know what I mean? Maybe we'll do something and make it shake, like really shake. Yeah. But yeah, all my chips, all my money would be behind him,
That's dope.
Chris Waters, because he's so talented.
Yeah.
Like people are sleeping on him because he's not out there.
Right.
Social media, he don't like to post. He's very antisocial type of person.
Gotcha.
Yeah, man, he has it.
No, I agree. I mean,
I seen him at the AJ Hearn show and hearing his music beforehand. It was he's dope.
That's not even music that's gonna come out. Like he has probably like 70, 80 songs already done,
Nice.
and we haven't set nothing down. Like we haven't even unloaded nothing.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of like harmonies. Shout out to Khalid. That's why
Come on, man.
fuck with that shit. But Chris Waters has that rap and harmonized sound, and he does it very well.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to hear that he got a good amount or a good body of work coming. You know what I mean? Because going back to the San Antonio thing is like, you know, San Antonio music scene I'm so proud of right now because it's not what it used to be.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And it's not a diss on anyone from back in the day or nothing like that, but it's just, you know, you could see that there's a little bit more unity. There's a little bit more like one helps the other kind of thing.
Shout out to King Khalid for that.
Come on, man.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Big
Played a big
proponent
part
of
in
that.
that.
Big
Yeah.
proponent of that.
Absolutely.
And it takes a lot of, sorry to say it, a lot of balls to do that.
Facts.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
'Cause a lot of men have egos out here and
Oh,
they
the
not
ego
willing
is
to do
sky high.
that.
Yes, not willing to do that. But yeah, man. As far as Chris, man, Chris Waters, he has it all, bro. He has it all.
He's an incredible
And
talent.
AKA Brismo.
Yeah.
Right now, he's trying to do like, he's so he trying to do other type of music and stuff like that. You know what I mean? What he's not used to, because rapping is the easy part. He says it. He'll
Yeah.
tell you. And we need to get him in the show. So
Absolutely.
Yeah, nah.
Where is Chris? Is he here?
yeah. He was here, but he just
that's
walked
it.
out.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they're gonna go to the studio with Tete.
Looking forward to seeing what y'all got, you know, with the project coming out and all that. Yeah.
What he has, man. So right now, Chris and
I was gonna say,
Tay are cooking up an EP.
I was gonna say, you told me about this, man, and I didn't know if he was gonna announce it or not.
Yeah, it's gonna be a 5 to 6 track EP. You know what I mean? We're going straight to the. Chris is so talented. Like, it amazes me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Amazes me, and it's gonna amaze all of y'all. for real,
I'm
for
looking
real.
forward to it because I mean I can imagine Chris over some heat from Tay Tay, man.
Yeah, he's gonna put San Antonio on the map.
yeah,
Yeah, I know we're on the map, but I'm saying like really on the map.
Yeah.
With that type of, you know, what you were talking about,
Right.
easy
But
part.
gelling all that with the harmonies and I'm sure that the stuff he got up his sleeve, all that
He's
together.
just, I don't know. He's so gifted, bro. He knows how to actually like put it all together.
yeah.
I'm like, how in the world does he do that? You know what I mean? Like some people just know how to rap and it's just like rap. You know what I mean? Obviously that just gets tiring. Like
Right.
you'll probably have one banger or two and that's it. But nah, he's so gifted that he's so well round. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Excited, man.
I'm excited. But next time, you know, when y'all come back, Chris, if obviously you're gonna be watching this and hearing this, you know what I mean? You're more than welcome to come land on Mazi's World and chop it up with us and then on the episode of Just Rap as well.
Absolutely. Bring him on.
Get you on the booth, you know what I mean? Maybe get you on Just Rap as well.
Talk that. Just do the DJ Khaled shit. Just
Yeah,
talk that shit.
just talk your shit on the mic, you know what I mean?
For like
I
2
talk enough
minutes.
shit already. I don't need a rap. I'm blessed to be here and thank you again, bro.
Come on, man. Thank you. Thank you for coming on here
Thank
and
you,
sharing
brother.
your story.
Thank
for
you.
sure. At Mazi's World Official. You can probably check me out at Hoffman's Steakhouse, checking out a burger with Skrills.
Absolutely.
Skrills, where can they find you at?
Hoffmans. I'm pulling up for that loaded bird.
Nah, most def, man. Thank y'all for checking out this episode today. Whether you're watching or hearing via our podcast, be sure to like, share, subscribe. Be sure to also leave a review on the podcast as well. Let us know how we're doing. And yeah, sponsors. I'm tripping. CrewFreshClothingCo.com. Shout out to the Crew Fresh Clothing, you know what I mean? Shout out to the guys over there. Cree, KP, Mike D, everybody, what's up? Is that it?
That's it.
That's it. Well, holla at y'all, man. Y'all be safe. Peace.
Peace.
Maserati.
So focused, I just need some meaning to my name. Plus, I'm cheating with these codes. If you thinking it's a game, that's real talk.